Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Nigeria and Netherlands collaborate to enhance exports as stakeholders advocate the use of energy-saving appliances in the country. Plus, a special focus on the impact of the activities of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, on manufacturers. It's Standard and You reaching you on this station at this time. I have details of these stories after this message. Please stay tuned. My name is Ifoma Okonkwo.
Why you dey buy a product make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. The SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
Standards Organization of Nigeria. Improving lives through standards.
A warm welcome to Standard and You, Nigeria's only platform on television where you get to know more about product safety and quality. Nigeria and Netherlands are exploring ways of facilitating exports between the two countries through electronic certification of products. This was made known when a delegation from the Netherlands Foods and Consumer Product Safety Authority visited the Standards Organization of Nigeria. The delegation, led by Badmus Slot, told Standard and You that they were in Nigeria to have a better understanding of the services of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. According to Mr. Slot, it was aimed at establishing a strategic collaboration between the two agencies on electronic certification of goods, especially agro-allied exports. SON's Director Standards Development, Chinyere Egwanwu, who received the delegation on behalf of the Director General of the agency, commended our visitors for the visit. She told the delegation SON operates an electronic offshore certification process, SUNCAP, and a mandatory conformity assessment program that ensures the quality of products locally. The SON, she added, has a robust quality infrastructure comprising state-of-the-art laboratories and equipment to effectively deliver on the mandates as a responsive standard body. This Stakeholders Awareness Forum is coming on the heels of the review and elaboration of the minimum efficient performance standard aimed at conserving energy on the use of air conditioner and refrigerator. According to the SON, the new standard is to ensure efficiency, reliability, and availability of energy.
The essence of what we are doing here is energy efficiency. The government and agencies have come together to understand that there is a need for the power, the energy that we consume to be efficient. And then if it is efficient, is it available for everybody? If we don't have energy in efficient appliances, it means the energy that will be needed will not be efficient and it will not be available for everybody. For instance, if you have an appliance that uses high energy and others, we have about 5 people in the building that use high energy appliances. It will not be enough for others to use. So the essence of this gathering and the essence of what we have been doing since 2013 in bringing out the standards is to ensure that the energy is efficient and is reliable and is available to users.
stakeholders agree that the benefits of energy savings appliances are numerous.
Of this meeting is basically to hear from key stakeholders. For example, we have manufacturers and importers of air conditioners here, we have people from the academia here, and we have the Standards Organization of Nigeria here. And they are coming up with their own ideas on how best to take the message out there on what we have done in the past 4 years. Just to mention that the minimum energy performance standards for air conditioners are basically requirements that enable purchasers of air conditioners to make informed decisions on the kinds of ACs they purchase to ensure that they are energy efficient. And this means that the air conditioners that are energy efficient would consume less energy, and the end users are now going to pay less bills on their electricity, because as a lot of you are aware, cooling for buildings form a major part of our electricity bills. So because of these minimum energy performance standards that we have created, we are sure that if people are able to comply with these minimum energy performance standards in their procuring decisions for air conditioners, for example, they would be able to pay less for their electricity, and of course they would consume lower energy.
Apart from conserving energy, consumers will have to pay less and derive satisfaction from the use of such appliances.
We've actually been working on this for a very long time. We've held several technical committee meetings, and if you notice, you can hear the noise just behind me. A lot of people are deliberating on how to actually make sure these MEPs, that's the minimum energy performance standards, are workable and the country will be able to implement them. So it's something that is very important, and I think it's going to go a long way to change the present status with regards to energy efficiency and conservation in the country.
It's a demand of the country that the maps should be implemented so that the energy efficiency program can run, and you know, because of the shortage of electricity is very much required. So I really appreciate the initiative by GIZ and SON on this. This is a mandatory requirement actually.
As a developing nation, we have to check the product we are consuming. It has to meet international standard, not only local standard, because of course the world is globalized. So whatever other people are doing, we have to go along with. So we are on the right path.
The forum is one of several activities by officials of the Standards Organization of Nigeria and other stakeholders to promote the use of energy-saving appliances in the country. You're watching Standard and You, brought to you by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, the SON. Moving on, in the last weeks, my colleague and I visited Osun, Oyo, and Ogun states to feel the pulse of some manufacturers on the impact of the activities of the Standards Organization of Nigeria on their businesses. Alimot Osifo was in Kaduna State, where most producers of goods expressed satisfaction at the services of the SON. Alimot is standing by with details of our visit to that part of the country. Over to you, Alimot.
Our searchlight is still beaming on manufacturers of products across the nation. From the southeast to southwest Nigeria, we are now in the north central of the country. Welcome to Kaduna, capital of Kaduna State Center of Learning. My name is Alimot Osifo. Stay tuned.
Kaduna is a state in northwest Nigeria. It's the fourth largest state in the country by area. Like other cities in Nigeria, the state is home to several industries producing various goods, especially textiles. There are hundreds of small industries operating in the state, creating job opportunities for thousands of young people. These small and medium enterprises, SMEs, contend with various problems ranging from inadequate funding, lack of basic infrastructure, especially power, amongst others. Despite these challenges, Most industries in that part of the country have demonstrated confidence in the business environment to remain in business. The intervention of the Standards Organization of Nigeria through its mandatory conformity assessment program, MANCAP, has helped most manufacturers to grow their businesses.
Their advices, I can say, and their recommendations worked effectively in the market, because when I see my customers are coming to give me a comment about the placing of my label and the content of my label that has improved, and you know, when you are producing a product with a certain size, definitely you have to mention that on your label strictly without any error. So when a standard organization is paying good attention at those things, including density, customer will feel the impact, and he will come to the company and recommend and say, I'm happy, and you should continue with that quality, you should continue with what you are doing. And the reason and the evidence that Standard contributed as a consultant or as a advisor, good advisor, that my sales increased. So year 2018, which is this year, I had a good turnover, I can say, comparing to the previous year, which shows that there was an improvement in quality, which resulted into improvement in sales and market.
Like other parts of the Federation, officials of the SON have remained committed to providing these companies with the much-needed business knowledge and standards to help them thrive, even in a difficult environment.
They go through the laboratory test of the production to ensure that it conforms to the standard. Then they also carry out inspection of your facility, checking every other part of the production and ensuring that they are all okay for what it's meant for. So basically for MANCAP certification, that's what they do. Then there's also feedback. After the inspection, feedback is sent to you, where the areas you need to, where gaps are identified, where these the areas you need to bridge the gaps, and any other thing they want to do. So by the next inspection, it starts from where the previous one ends. So it's a system that helps you improve continuously.
That was the objective of their visits, and they are handed over to the required department. They ask for samples. First of all, they go through the documentation of production. They want to be sure that these items, what are the items that were produced within a specific period. They'll go through the documentation, and in this documentation you have the material test certificates, the welding certificates, all the details are there. They will check those details against the standard, because all our jobs, all our products are produced according to respective standard for those products. They will check. When they now do that, they try to see, because most times some of those products, the physical product will be on the production line. So they will now go check the parameters. Take for example, in terms of length, in terms of width, in terms of diameter, in terms of height, thickness, all those things will be checked against what we have said they should be. Then samples are taken. When they are going, they will go with state sample. They take samples because they will take the test results and check. So if it conforms, they go with those results. They will have a closeout meeting telling us this is what they've seen, this is what it's supposed to be. If need be, then they will tell us they are going to send us a report. Then from that report, all observations will be noted, and areas we are doing well, we are commended. And in their next visit, they will check if there are areas we needed to work on. They will first find out if we have done those areas, if we have handled them, and we have closed them out. Once it's closed out, but if it's not closed out, they will make us close it out. But we have not had much cases of closeout.
For the SON, the task of ensuring standards in business is key, which is why the Director General of the agency has continued to invest in human capital development and infrastructure to provide manufacturers with basic support in line with the federal government's diversification drive.
Visit most factories. We visit factories, teach them how to use this standard or to get it right. And we make sure that also they don't work outside the spec of the standard. Maybe we have the minimum, the standard is a minimum requirement for every manufacturer. We are not saying that you will be on the same page, but you cannot go below the minimum requirement, which is the standard. What we do, again, is that apart from the issuing and the enforcement of that standard, we teach them. We also promote these standards, these standardization activities nationally, regionally, and internationally. So whichever information we have concerning the new activities or the new invention, we bring it back to the manufacturers. And how do we bring this thing back to we get it back to the manufacturers? We do that through factory inspection. We have to visit factories to know that what they are doing is right, and to also share with them, we rub mind with them about the current practices internationally. So that is number one activities we do. And we also have other teams, some teams that always visit our markets. They go into the market just the way you go into the market to buy one or two things, on surveillance to see whether those things that we always visit the company and we believe that is good is the same thing they are passing to the people in the market.
Standard and You also visited the agency's textile and leather laboratory. It's a well-equipped facility with state-of-the-art machines to test for various standard parameters on textile and leather, ranging from thickness, density, moisture, and color.
The management has supplied the lab with sophisticated and modern machines in the lab. And all our technical staff present in the lab are trained to operate those machines.
Our crew also sampled the opinion of residents of Kaduna State on the activities of the SON in that part of the country. While some respondents agreed that SON has had tremendous impact on the people of Kaduna, especially SMEs, others are of the opinion that a lot still needs to be done to create awareness on the dangers of substandard goods in the state.
They are doing their best in terms of discharging their duties. My expectation from them is to keep more efforts and to try to enlighten people to know about the existence of the organization.
Standard Organization of Nigeria, that is SON. I used to see their logo on some of the products, and most of the product that I wanted to buy, if I didn't see that SON, most of the times I used to ask them what happened.
They are trying their best, but it has not been perfectly done.
They are trying their best, so though we still have miscreants among we still have substandard goods anyway, but they are trying their best. Well, I expect them to do more to check the markets to be sure that before the goods even get to the market, to be sure that the goods are qualitative goods.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I've never heard anything like that.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
My original.
You should know where to go. The SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standards.
Welcome back. You're on to the feedback segment of the program. I am Halimot Osifo. Every day, Nigerians buy and use thousands of products at home, work, and on the go. Consumers expect that these goods will satisfy their needs. But did you know? Consumer satisfaction and protection is a collective responsibility. It demands inputs from not just the manufacturer, importer, and government, but also you, the consumer. Producing safe and quality products is one of the manufacturer's responsibility to consumers. The importer has a responsibility to ensure foreign products conform with standards. For the Standards Organization of Nigeria, our primary responsibility is to ensure that locally manufactured products in Nigeria give the required satisfaction to consumers through compliance with standards and ensure goods imported into the country meet the minimum requirements of Nigerian industrial standards. What about you, the consumer? Do you know your rights? Do you verify expiry dates before purchasing? Do you read content of goods warranty card before purchasing? Do you check for product certification marks? Do you use products appropriately? Do you read and follow safety instructions? Do you speak up by reporting cases of fake and substandard products to the SON? If your answers to these questions are positive, good for you. Otherwise, you are neglecting your consumer responsibility. No doubt, all hands must be on deck to fight against fake and substandard products in Nigeria. You have a role to play. Now, let's take a look at some of the messages we received last week. Ahmad Abdulhamid from Kano says, more grease to your elbow, but please do more because we do not want Nigeria to be home for substandard products. Absolutely, yes, we are on a mission to rid the market of fake and substandard goods. Yetunde from Ogbomoso says, I love this program, well done, son. Glad to know, Yetunde. Anonymous message here says, please, how does Son handle small businesses? You need to visit any of Son's offices near you to get information about SMEs. Abubakar Sadiq says, as we celebrate Nigeria at 58, Son has achieved a lot. Thank you so much, Abubakar. Christopher from Jos says, good job, son. Keep it up and God bless you. Amen, and you too. And that's it on the feedback segment of the program. For any question, complaints or suggestion, you can call us or send in your messages to the number 0705-972-4455. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And do not forget we have videos online at youtube.com/standardandyou. Thanks and enjoy the rest of the week. Bye for now.